All right. Thank you, everyone, and welcome. This is our advanced class today. Let's start with some basic warm-ups, some Qigong exercises. So finding that comfortable position with your feet, I always recommend looking down, shoulder width apart. Outside edge of the feet, outside edge of the shoulders. Knees slightly bent, letting our lower back relax down. Head lifting up. Let your shoulders fall towards the earth. We'll turn our palms forward. Fingertips reach down. Close your eyes for a moment. We're inhaling and exhaling through our nose. As you inhale, feel your upper lungs fill, your lower lungs all the way down through the abdomen and belly. As we exhale, the navel draws through to the spine. Smooth, even, and continuous breath. There's no stop or start. It's just like water's wave. Trying to relax every portion of the body. Maybe focusing in from the top down with our forehead and our jaw. Softening, letting our shoulders hang down. As we lift through the top of our head, we're pulling down through the tailbone, finding length in the spine. Our lower body is heavy and our upper body becomes light. We'll gently flutter the eyes open. And then inhaling, lift the arms up overhead. And then let those palms fall down in front of the body. Today we'll inhale and draw the arms out in front. Remember to let your elbows point down like there's a weight pulling them from the side. Gently keeping that energy flowing to the center of the body, to our belly. We have a nice gap between our palms, like we're hugging a giant tree. And if you'd like, you can inhale and draw the arms apart, exhaling and pressing them together. It's personal preference. But as we're here, let's work on our body shape, letting our back round ever so slightly. So we're not lifting the energy up, we're letting it sink down. Our chest is slightly rounded. And then we're going to lace our fingers, press your palms down, out, and up overhead. Relax your shoulders a little bit more bend in the elbows. Focusing in on our breath. Welcome. One more deep breath. Feeling the energy reach towards the sky. And then release the fingers and feel the arms float down. Very nice. Okay, let's move like water's waves. I'm going to turn to the side for a moment. So with this movement, we're going to inhale, rotate our palms, and they come up to shoulders height, and they're shoulders width apart. From here, we relax our upper arms, then our forearms, and our palms until they sit in front of our hips. So we inhale and lift up. Exhale, and we're going to bend into our knees. So everything arrives together. We lift the top of our inhale, we're standing and the arms are up. Exhale, everything arrives together. So move with your own breath. Remember that as I'm talking, I'm remembering what it feels like for my breath. So I want you to focus in for yourself. Using your legs, push from the earth. And then sinking down, feeling nice and heavy. Do one more. Lower down. And we'll stand back up. Nice. Let's lift our arms up one more time. This time we're going to inhale, open wide. Exhale, bend and hug the tree. So this time when we open, remember background, and we're not opening too much. We're synced. And then we hug the tree. So lift, open, and lower down. Let's do two more. Feel those legs working. Your whole foot is connected to the earth. Suction cupped or Velcroed on. One more. We're going to do a fancy closing here. We're going to drop our arms as we stand up. Our arms come out to the side and to the front until they're shoulder height and shoulder width. Then just like before, upper arms, forearms, and palms sink down until we return to that original position. How are we feeling? Are the hands slightly energized? Okay, good. All right, so we've been working from opening through to single whip. So for those that are new, this is prepare, opening, and then grasping the bird's tail. So that's ward off left, ward off right, roll back, press, and push all the way through to single whip. And we're going to practice this movement, this sequence of movements twice. Then if we have any questions, we'll get those answered, and then we'll practice again. So in order to practice and move the same direction, I'm going to turn around, and we'll start with prepare, which is what we've been in for this portion of the Qigong and warm-ups. So shoulder width apart, head lifting up, arms to the side. Opening, just like water's wave, we rotate the palms and the arms lift up to shoulder height and shoulder width. Then the upper arms go down, the forearms and the palms until they sit in front of your hips. We're going to shift our weight to the left so we can rotate our right heel to the corner direction as our body turns. Right arm reaches out in front as the left arm bends, and we step to 12 o'clock for ward off left. Body's vertical, right hand by your hips, left palm points to 3 o'clock. Shift some weight back, turn your whole body, leg, waist, arm, foot, everything turns 45 degrees. Rotate both palms. We're going to close our arms, our right arms underneath, and step to 3 o'clock. Lift your right arm up, pressing down with your left palm, ward off right. Rotate both arms, turning from your waist. Your arms go to the corner, right palm seated, left palm facing up. Shift your weight back, turning from your waist, arms go to the other corner. Touch the left palm to the center of your right forearm. Expand up and out as you shift your weight forward for press. Open up both arms, shoulder width, shoulder height, shifting back. Palms come over a ball until they sit up, and then we push. So we're shoulder height and shoulder width. Flatten the arms, moving into single whip, so pulling with the left arm. Now use your whole body, turning on your right heel, so pulling, press down, fingertips point together, relax your left foot, arms point to the corner, make a hook, turn over your left palm. Pick up, show standing ward off, and strike with your left palm. Remember your torso is vertical here. Arms fully extended with your hook hand, and we're looking over the left palm. Nice. Looks good. Okay, let's do it one more time. Nice stance. Nice stance. All right, so from prepare. Opening. Rotate, lift the arms up, shoulder height, shoulder width. Upper arms go down, forearms and palms. Hands end up in front of the hips. Shift left, turning to the right. Remember, we're reaching out with the right arm, left arm underneath, step. open, turning. Shift back, rotate. Rotate both arms, close and step. Shifting up and down, ward off right. Good, rotate both arms to the corner. Shift back, turning from your waist. Touch the center of the right forearm. Expand up and out for press. Remember, elbow and knee are in line here. Good. Open up both arms. We're pulling back. The palms stay flat until the end when they sit up. And then we push. Good. Flatten the arms. Sinking back. Now, show pulling. Whole body turns. Press down. Make a hook. Step out. Standing ward off. And strike. Single whip. 135 degrees between the arms. Nice and vertical. Nice. I see really low shoulders. Good. Okay. Any questions on that sequence? We're doing okay? All right, speak now. We're going to do it one more time and then move on to the next movement. Okay, let's keep that flow going. From prepare. Nice and close this time. Okay. Prepare. Opening, rotate and lift up. Upper arms, forearms, and palms. Let's hit some stop points this time. Shift and turn. Reaching out, step with your left foot and pause. Now I'm going to turn. Right palm is reaching out, left arm's underneath. Beautiful. Now from here, right palm presses down, left arm lifts and extends out. Remember, the left arm is pointing to 3 o'clock, facing slightly up, and your right palm is sitting like it's on a table. Beautiful. Shift back. Now remember, foot, leg, waist, and arm all turns together. Now we rotate both arms so the left palm goes down, the right fingers point down as we shift our weight to the left. You're going to draw your foot in and then step to the new direction. Again, this time left arm's out in front, right arm's underneath, and we hinge up, ward off right. Now our torso's to the corner, and we're going to rotate to straight, and our arms go to the corner now. Right palm seated, left palm facing up. Now, shift back, turn from your waist, arms go down slightly, roll back. Truly touch the whole palm to the center of your right forearm. Expand up and out. Remember here, elbow down. Beautiful. Open both arms. Shift back. Remember when you're shifting back, you lean forward slightly. We're not like this. We're lean forward, like we're going to push something heavy. Good. Now you'll notice one line from your heel through to the top of your head. So we want to avoid this, and we want to lean into every movement like it's something heavy, like the power comes from our foot to our hands. Shift back and flatten your arms. Show pull. Then the right arm follows. Now look, check your right foot. Did it turn enough to this, say, 10-30-ish corner? Now we press down and relax our left foot. It goes the same direction for a moment as our fingers point together. Turn from your waist, arms point to the corner. Left fingertips to right forearm. Make a hook. Turn over. step, show standing ward off, and then strike. Single whip. Okay, still doing good? All right. Looks good. All right, so today we have our first empty stance, okay? So we know that both stance, we are on 2 lines, okay? So if you have your left foot forward, we're going to be making a left empty stance today. So check your bow stance first. Can you have your left foot to corner direction? Sorry, right foot's forward. 2 lines, okay? So we have 2 lines. The big difference to an empty stance is instead of having 2 lines, we're going to pick up, and this one's going to be on our heel, and we will have 1 line between our feet. Okay, so that means that there's like, if you have floor planks, you could literally put 1 foot on either side of a line of one of those planks. So we're not crossed, but we're not wide. We're on 1 line. And when we're doing this empty stance on the heel, we're not using the edge of our shoe or the edge of our heel. It's going to be the whole base of your heel. So that like a credit card could kind of slide under the ball of your foot. And there's slight bend in the knee, so it's not locked. So slight bend, allowing that whole heel to touch. And have your left leg in alignment with the foot direction. So we don't want it turned in. We want the crotch rounded. Okay, release. Let's do the other side just to even it out, okay? So this time, shifting, have your right foot to the corner. Remember our mirroring, you sink down. Now step for a bow stance, just so we feel like what it feels like to have 2 lines. Shift back, step 1 line. So check the floorboards. Even if you have to like shift to be on a line, I think maybe you can see that line on my floor better. Okay, check, is your knee locked or is it slightly bent? So your whole heel is connected, and is your right knee in alignment with your foot? It's not twisted and turned in, it's open. Now in these postures, remember we lean forward slightly. So our butt is over our foot, but we're leaned forward slightly. We're not straight vertical. We're not leaning back. It's slightly leaned forward. Okay, release. Any question on an empty stance? All right. Okay, so let me just do the movement for you so that you can see what we're going to be working on. So we're going to be going from single whip to raise hands and step forward. So single whip, straight direction. Okay, we're going to 9 o'clock when we actually practice. We're going to go back to 12. We're going to shift our weight and turn leg, waist, arms so that both feet are to corner direction. We're going to open up our hook, both arms circle back, and we step out and close the arms as we turn our waist. Okay, so when we end up, everything is front of the camera. Action's happening here. Okay, so we open and we close. Okay, so let's break this down from the bottom moving up, because remember, everything starts from the ground. We get our energy from the ground and from our heavy legs, and then everything is light moving up. So nice single whip bow stance. Remember, with single whip, we're vertical. So check in with your waist. Is it relaxed? Both feet are Velcroed to the ground. Okay, shift some weight back. Now you're going to turn your waist, your leg, and your foot 45 degrees. Shift your weight to your left leg so you can pick up, and then step back out to 12 o'clock and touch with your whole heel, and you turn your weight back to corner. Okay, let's do it again. Single whip. Shift back, turn on your left heel, check, look. Are they both to the corner? Look down. We're practicing, right? Okay, shift, pick up, step, turn your waist, 30% of the weight moves into your front leg. How do we do? Third time's a charm. One more time. Single whip. A little bit closer. Okay. Shift back, turn, check. Both feet the same direction here. This is going to be our back leg. Good. Shift, pick up, step out, empty stance on the heel. Questions? Or are we just killing it? Nice empty stance. Very nice empty stance. All right. That's pretty easy. Let's talk about the arms. Okay. So when we start this movement, we're in our single whip arms. We have 135 degrees between our arms. The first thing that happens is we keep our hooks to the corner and we're going to turn and close the left arm in a little bit, okay? So we go from here and we turn and the arm closes in. So do you see how the hook doesn't really move in three-dimensional space, okay? But the left arm's gonna close in. Now from here, we're gonna pull back and open up the hook, allowing the right palm to sit up. The right palm's gonna stay higher. And we're gonna open up and pull back. But remember, not too much, just a little bit. And we close the arms by moving forward. Now our end posture, the left fingertips point to the center of our right forearm, okay? So if I do this from the side, from this direction, okay, we shift and we turn. We're gonna open both arms and we're gonna close them. Okay, so it's this open and close for this movement. Now, what I want you to see, which is hard from the camera, is we're not just doing this way, and we're not just moving forward, like both arms move forward. It's kind of this diagonal, move forward and close, okay? So that's gonna be a little bit challenging through the camera, but I want you to remember that once we turn and open, when we do this, we're not doing this, okay? We're keeping our back rounded and our chest sinking in. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to turn this direction for a moment so we can work on this, the first half, and then I'll change directions. So we're in single whip, okay? So have your arms in single whip. What happens is that we shift and we turn our whole body. Our right arm kind of stays in three-dimensional space. Our left arm closes. Now open up the hook. Right arm's higher than your left a little bit. We open and then we close. Now remember, left fingertips point. Nice. And here, we're sitting up the palm a little bit. It's not seated like a strike, but it's not totally forward. It's in between, okay? So the meaning, relax for a moment. The meaning of this movement, I'm going to be honest right away. This is one of the hardest movements within Tai Chi to time perfectly to use. Because what's happening is a punch is coming towards you. You're going to prepare, and then you're going to close on someone's arm. So you're actually using your left palm to grab their wrist, and your right forearm is going to the elbow. So if it was punching, their arm would end up like this, because you would be grabbing the wrist and pressing from the side direction on the elbow, okay? So know the meaning, because that determines our height. Whenever we're training, we're always imagining someone our own height. So we don't want to be too high. We want to make it so the fingertips don't cross eye level. Okay, so we're not blocking our face. We're here because that punch is coming towards our center body. So our right forearm is at our center body. and everything is happening in front of us, even though we're turned. That turning gives us the power, okay? Let's try it a couple of times and I'll kind of switch directions, okay? So from single whip, all right, see my feet, there we go, okay. Shift your weight back, turn the left side, so leg, waist, arms, close. Open up the hook as you shift. Open up the arms as you draw in. Touch with the heel. Now turn your waist and finish closing your arms. Raise hands and step forward. Nice. Remember here, elbows point down. So we always want to feel those elbows really hang down. Okay, I'm going to face the camera. Or actually, I'm going to face away from the camera so that everyone can face the same way, okay? So I'm going to face single whip to 12 o'clock, okay? So facing the camera. If you guys face the camera, shift back. Now turn leg, waist, arms. Good. Open up the hook as you shift left. Open up the arms as you draw in. Now you're closing slowly. Remember, everything arrives together. 30% of the weight, arms closed, waist turn. Good. Yes. Okay, let's do it again from this direction. Okay, single whip. Shift back. Turn leg, waist, arm. Open up the hook and shift left. Open up the arms. Touch with the heel. Finish closing the arms, turn your waist, and weight moves forward. Now check. Fingertips point to the forearm center. Nice. Remember when we're in an empty stance, we don't want to bend our front leg too much. We still want to have 70% of the weight in our back leg. Okay, so we can still pick up and transition if necessary. It's just a smaller shift than if we were in a bow stance. Nice. Yes. So a great thing, and I mentioned this on Friday too, because one of my teachers told me to do this, and it really kind of changed my mind. If you have a bathroom scale, and I know ladies, we hate to weigh ourselves, but if you have a bathroom scale and you weigh yourself and you do the math and you put your foot on the scale and you find out what 30% is, I can guarantee you it's probably different than what you're doing. Okay? Even for myself, one leg was pretty good. The other leg, not so good. Okay? So it's a helpful training exercise to become aware of what 30% of our weight actually feels like. Because we want to make sure that we have this root or connection to the ground, but we're not too much leaning forward. And it's very easy with this movement to want to lean too much into it. And I want you to hang back and turn from your waist and just push the weight into your foot, okay? So let's try it again. Nice arms. Very nice. Okay, single whip. I'm going to face 12 o'clock again so you can see the arms. Okay. Shift back. Turn on your left heel. Open up the hook. Now open the arms slightly. Touch with the heel. Roll that 30% on as you close. Now check your head direction. This is very easy to think you're looking, because I am looking at the camera, right? I'm going to lower my hands just a little because the camera is not perfect. I'm looking, but we want to look. Really look. Turn your head and look. Good. Okay? So there's a lot of things going on. And knowing the meaning connects our mind. And if we're connecting our mind, we're in single whip and we move back and turn, And now from this point on, everything's happening here. So we want to make sure that our face direction reflects that. And this is one of the first movements besides single whip. I mean, single whip's pretty easy too. Like I'm looking, right? But am I looking? So you see the difference? And what this is going to do too, it's going to bring flexibility to your neck. To the point that if you practice too much Tai Chi and you don't balance this out, you're going to feel really flexible turning to look over your left shoulder for single whip and not so much when you turn to the other side. So we want to make sure that we bring that flexibility to our practice. Okay, any questions on raise hands and step forward? Oh, we got a great group. Okay, so let's try to link it together because we learned the movement, but let's see if we can put it together in sequence. Okay, so from pair, nice opening position, bending in the knees, find that relaxed feeling through the upper body. Rotate your palms and lift them up for opening, shoulder height, shoulder width. And then let them float down. Let's shift to our left, turning on our right heel, reaching out, step, ward off left. I want you to check in with your breathing here. Shift back and turn. Are you breathing all the way down through your belly as you close your arms and step? Rotate the arms, relaxing into it, roll back. Touching the forearm, band out for press. Open up both arms, come back and sit up the palms and push. Flatten the palms, show pulling. Really turn that right foot, press down, make a hook, step out, single whip. Raise hands, our new movement. Shift back and turn. Open up the hook, circle, close the arms, turning the waist, 30% of the weight moves forward. Raise hands and step forward. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. I love it. I love when you guys have your cameras on and I turn around and it just looks so good. All right. Are we sure there's no questions? Because I'm just going to drill it and we're going to practice. So this is your opportunity. All right. Okay. All right. Let's do it. So we are just going to go and then go again. Okay. Because a lot of what we get from Tai Chi is this flow, right? So from having that constant movement. And then next week, we're going to work on a totally different movement. And we'll talk about that at the end of class. Okay. So get myself in a nice starting position so that everyone else can see. All right. Prepare. Now, take 2 deep breaths. I want you to focus this time around on relaxing the body. What can happen doing this traditional form is that we kind of lose that relaxed feeling because there's so much detail. There's so many, it's a large frame. There's so many details to it. I want you to let go and just relax. So take a deep breath here. Let your arms hang down. Yes, there's a little gap, letting the energy flow, but try to find more relaxed feeling than you've ever felt before. On your next inhale, let the arms float up until they reach shoulder height and shoulder width. And as you exhale, feel those palms pushing a ball of energy down to the earth. Nice big inhales as we shift and rotate. And letting go, Just finding flow as we close the arms and turn for ward off left. Shifting back, turning the whole body, rotate both arms. And again, we close and step. For ward off, right. Rotate both arms. Feeling that nice relaxed feeling, elbows are sinking down as we turn to the next corner. Pressing into the forearm, expanding out, everything arrives together. Open both arms. Come back over a ball. We're relaxed into this push, even though we're imagining something heavy. Flattening the arms. Use your waist. We're light and airy on the top. Feeling heavy through our lower body. We're making a hook. Standing ward off, and then strike. Raise hands, shifting back and turn. Light and airy on the top, opening the hook. Close the arm, turning from our flexible waist. Raise hands and step forward. Okay, did it feel different that time? Good. It's hard, okay? It's the traditional form, and it's this alignment that gets the energy coursing through our body that provides us with the balance through the stable footwork. But I want you to let go more often, okay? That's what we get to. Once we've learned the postures and then we learn the transitions, then our mind becomes free and we're focused in on what the meaning is, but we're relaxed through the whole body. And this relaxed isn't like a limp relax. It's an opening of the joints, but it's a lightness. So we have this flexibility, but we're stable. Okay. Any questions? Because we're going to do it 2 more times. Okay. Let's practice. Prepare. Nice deep breath. And then rotate and lift the arms. Pressing down. Shift the weight and turn. Reaching out. And we're looking now to 3 o'clock. Shift back and turn. Stay looking to 3 o'clock. Close the arms and step. Ward off right. Looking to our right palm direction to the corner. Shift back and turn. Now we're looking towards your left corner. Touching the forearm, looking to 3 o'clock. Expand up and out. Open both palms. Remember, we're still looking to 3 o'clock. Push. Flatten the arms. Show pulling. We're looking, following our arms. Now towards the hook. And then stepping out, follow our left arm through to the strike. Shift back and turn. Raise hands. Looking to 12 o'clock. Close, turn, and 30% of the weight forward. Okay. How do we do it the looking direction? It brings a new level because then you can't look at the screen the whole time. Okay, one more. Focus in on the lower body this time. So the upper body is going to be nice and relaxed, feeling heavy. The whole foot is suction cupped and velcro to the ground. Rotate and lift the arms. Upper arms, forearms, and palms. Shifting some weight to your left, rotate on your right heel. Now remember, as you sink down, stay level. This is your level the whole time. step out, move level, horizontal across, ward off left. Keeping those hips at this level, shift back and turn. Shift your weight to the left, draw your right foot in as you close and step. Really push off that back leg. Rotate the arms. Remember, we're pushing back with our front leg, receiving it in the left. Push and support. Touching the forearm. Push out of your left leg. Receive in the front for press. Open up both arms. Coming back over that ball. This kind of is the easiest one. Imagine you're pushing something heavy. You're leaning into it. Shift back. Now show pulling. Look down at your right foot if you have to. Make sure it's turning to the corner direction. Shifting to your right leg. Relax your left foot and make a hook. Draw your left foot in. Step wide enough. Bow stance, single whip. Last move, raise hand, shift back and turn. Open up the hook. Shifting level, touch with your heel and turn, closing the arms. Ooh, nice work. Nice arms, nice legs too. Okay. All right, let's talk about just what we're gonna move into next week so that everyone has an idea. I'm gonna do it from a different direction just so you can see, because we're moving into white crane, spread the swing. So from raised hands, we're gonna work on our transition of shifting our weight and re-stepping as we close the arms. From here, we're gonna shift and turn. And now we're gonna be introduced to an empty stance on the ball of the foot, okay? So this is what we're gonna be working on next week. So this week, I encourage you to pull out your scale and either touch with your heel or the ball of your foot and find out what that means. And remember, in order to do this, we're not leaning back, we're leaning towards our front foot, okay? So we have this angle to achieve that. I look forward to hearing your results, maybe on Friday, okay? If anyone's around on Friday, I'll get that from you then, okay? All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you so much for joining me today.